Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. It's time to have a look at a new devblog, and we're doing it on stream because right now these sneak peeks are going on. So if you want to check out the sneak peeks, make sure to check out the Twitch stream. There's a link in the description of this video. And yeah, they released a devblog just before them. This devblog is for 2 more pre-orders. So the T90B Fuji, and then also the Merkava Mk.3 Raam Segol. So if you want either of these, make sure to use the partner link in the description so you can get yourself at least a discount on them. This is just a continuation of what we've seen previously. When rank 8 ground came in, you knew for a fact that there was going to be a bunch of rank 7 premium vehicles coming in, because that's what they do every time. And that's what these 2 vehicles are. You got the T90B Fuji, which is a rank 8, or sorry, it's a rank 7. And then also, you have the good old Merkava Mk.3, which is a rank 7 too. One of the things to note as well, when talking about the F20 in the devblog video, I talked about it being a rank 7. It's a rank 8, which is kind of surprising. Maybe I'll make a video about that idea later on, and what ranks are compared to what actually matters, but c'est la vie. So what is the Type 90B Fuji? It's a Type 90 with a camo net. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else really to it. It gets that wonderful 4-second reload, and one of the big things that it gets access to, which is really nice, is the good old JM33, which is a pretty decent round at its BR, probably worse than a lot of others nowadays, but at least it used to be quite nice. So the thing about the Type 90B, if you haven't played the Type 90s and you're looking to get to the higher echelons of the Japanese tech tree, the Type 90A and the Type 90B are exactly the same. The only difference is, I believe, is it a dozer blade or the extra little piece of armor on the lower glacis? But one of the really annoying things about the Type 90 is you have to get to a rank 3 modification to get the APFS DS, which if you've ever played top tier, you know for a fact that that is the round that you want to get access to, right? So for this, the Type 90, there's the dozer blade, but for this Type 90, you take ages to be able to get to the JM33, and it's just a pain. Whereas with a premium, you don't really have to worry about that, which is why a lot of people favor premiums as not just the research bonuses, but also you don't have to grind out these vehicles. So even though technically these ones are copy-paste, you know, they do come with some unique stuff. The Golden Tank title for the Type 90B, and then the first mechanized battalion insignia for the good old Type 90, and also a unique camouflage as well for a pre-order, which is quite nice to see. Then we have the Raam Segol. This is obviously for Israel. Now, Israel has a bunch of Merkavas, whether it's the Mark 1s, 2s, 3s, or 4s. This one specifically is a Mark 3. Now, one of the nicest things about the Merkavas is they actually fixed the good old reload on them. So their reload is actually more of a standard than it was previously. Some of them still have, I believe, the longer reload, and they definitely get outloaded by a lot of vehicles, such as the good old Abrams, which kind of sucks, but c'est la vie. Unfortunately, American players still don't understand how to play the Abrams. So the Mk.3 Raam Segol, it has a bunch of smoke grenades on it, it has a 50 cal, it has some 30 cals, and of course has the standard 120mm, I believe it is. We can actually check here if that's the case. It has the 12.7, and yeah, it has the 120mm Mk.3 This will have access to some really good rounds. You know, since it is just a Mark 3, we already have some Mark 3s in the game, if you didn't know. So we have the Mark 3B, which is right here, and also the Mark 3C. They get access to the M322 round, which is a very good one for 11-0. Should be able to, you know, go through pretty much everything you play. And also, you can see here, this is the extra round that the Raam Segol gets access to. This HETF one, which most of the time isn't going to be that useful, but there will be periods of time where it can be useful against stuff like helicopters. So at least that's something to think about. overall, these two vehicles are going to be completely fine. They have absolutely nothing wrong with them, being fully spaded, you know, a lot of stuff going on. Technically, the Raam Segol has an active protection system on it, which is kind of cool. You can see that the Raam Segol is the actual active protection system known as Purple Thunder, which is why the pre-order bonuses are going to be the Purple Thunder title, which, I mean, I would know more for prints personally, and then also the Purple Thunder decal, which turns up. No camouflage for this one, unfortunately, but c'est la vie. What are you going to do? So yeah, if you want to grind through either of these tech trees, both of these vehicles are going to work very well. They aren't exactly the best in the current matchmaking, just because of the spread of BRs. So what do I mean by this? Well, if you have a look at where these Merkavas are, they're at 11.0, right? And then if you have a look at where the Type 90s are, they're also at 11.0. The max BR right now for ground is 11.7. And what this basically means is you will get into full up tiers while playing these vehicles into the best vehicles in the game, where usually people who are running around trying to do the best in the game are playing. So if you play these vehicles, understand that's going to happen, and it's going to not be very pretty a lot of the time, because you will be coming up against vehicles which are just much better than you. This is just a standard in matchmaking, and hopefully if you have, you know, spaded vehicles, you'll be able to kind of make that up, but it's something to at least consider around the place. When Rank 8 ground came in, they obviously added a few premiums here and there, but it should have been expected for a bunch of other premiums to come in. And with the Fuji and also the Mk.3, this is two other nations which are getting their premiums, you know, kind of just brought to the front. I actually kind of like this strategy though. So I understand people don't like high tier premiums, and I get why, especially if it's something like the F20 Tiger Shark, which is a very unique vehicle. But the way that they've actually approached these rank 7 premiums in the form of the clickbait, and then also the Leopard 2A4 for example, and also stuff like the Challenger 2 OES, I like this because they're basically copies of standard tech tree vehicles, which are very similar to them, you know, basically sorted out or basically like they're just, you know, copies of standard tech tree stuff, and then what they do is they just have premium bonuses, and that's exactly what they're doing here with the Type 90B, where it's just going to be here and exactly the same as the standard Type 90B, and then also the Mk.3 for the Israelis. So even though it might be a little bit rough that these things are actual, you know, premiums and they're gonna ruin the matchmaker and yada yada yada, at least they aren't unique stuff which is going to kind of take over the game. As always though, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank Schnitzel Stroker, Brendan Quinn, Vilneus, Character Fuel, Carrion Crow, Nicholas Richardson, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, B. Young, Opium Prime, Masonocrat, Lafouche, Alan Hacker, Sem Arslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.